Do you see the volume? But also, do you see the length? The hair is long. A curly girl's biggest dream is to have really big voluminous curls without compromising the length of her hair. And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how I diffuse my hair to get this big volume without compromising the length of my hair. My hair could have looked completely different had I done a different method, and this is day 2 hair. I washed my hair yesterday, and the reason why I'm filming this video today is because the true volume and body of curly hair cannot be seen on day 1 hair, because I don't know the science behind it, but I feel like there's still some water in it. I really wanted to show you how curly and how voluminous it can get. There is definitely a technique that I have tried and I have found that it works amazing. So if you want to see it, then keep on watching. I also want to mention that I have achieved this look without using any crocodile clips, any claw clips, any sort of clips that clip your hair at the root. So if I had used that, I would have probably gotten like so much more volume, but I just wanted to show you the technique without any sort of clips or anything. The only thing that I used was my beloved Dyson diffuser, and I would say that it is definitely crucial to have a diffuser if you have curly hair, and if you also want to make sure that the hair gets definition as well as volume, because for this technique that I did, you do need this sort of attachment. You can use any diffuser you have at home, it doesn't have to be a Dyson. But yeah, this is my baby. I'm obsessed. Not only is it like incredible, but it's also like super light. I find that any other diffuser that I've tried is quite heavy. It is pricey though, which is why I understand that not everyone can have it, but it's an incredible investment. Now, I do want to mention that to get the full effect of extreme volume at the root while keeping your length, you do have to have some sort of curly cut or some sort of layers. If you don't, then that's okay. You can still try to follow this routine and down the line get a curly cut or some sort of layers. Okay guys, so my hair is fully styled and it's getting dry really quickly. I have to start diffusing right now. But before that, I just want to show you how cute my hair is. And I'm not going to do it with a certain part. I'm kind of going to like flip my hair on different parts, because to get the most volume, you don't want to have like a harsh middle part or like a harsh side part or anything. You just kind of want to make sure that there's movement in your hair. Afterwards, you can kind of put it on whatever part you have, but you want that proper volume. So let me show you how my hair looks like from the back. I do have like a proper curly haircut, which has like longer layers at the bottom and shorter layers at the top. As you can see, my hair is quite long if I like pull it, but the fronts are really short. Okay, let's do it. To protect my hair from any heat damage, I'm going to be using this Tresemme heat protecting spray. These are the buttons on my Dyson. This is the cool setting, this is the on and off, and the red button is the heat intensity and the white button is the fan intensity. And I'm going to be basically using the lowest fan level and the lowest heat at the beginning. Now I'm just flipping my hair upside down, and basically that's kind of the position that I'm going to be maintaining for most of the time while I'm going to be drying my hair, because if my head and my hair are upside down, that's how I'm going to be getting the most volume possible. Drying my hair upside down essentially ensures that my hair is not going to get completely stuck to my scalp, and I very, very gently lift the roots right before I start to dry them closer. And that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of moving my hair around to just dry up the roots really well, and I'm pushing my diffuser attachment into the roots and pushing it upwards to kind of create that volume, because we do not want our hair to be laying flat. We want that top layer to be getting as much volume as possible. And I'm making sure that I'm cupping the front bits, which are going to be the face framing bits. They're gonna be sitting nice and curly like some sort of fringe. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I do differently. I basically section off this top layer and I make sure that I put all the long pieces behind and I clip them very loosely to not kind of like stretch the curls. But now I have a back section and I have a front section. And this is where the magic happens, because essentially the top section is going to be diffused completely different than the back one. Here I can actually scrunch. I can use the head of the diffuser the way it's kind of meant to be to create that kind of shrinkage and curl definition, and I can really push those ends all the way up to the root. And you can see that the shrinkage is increasing, but we don't mind that at all. I actually want the top layer to be, having as much shrinkage and curl definition as possible and volume, which is why I focus so much on these roots and I push them up. You're essentially trying to create a mullet, but of course, if you don't have the actual mullet curly cut, then it's not going to look like that. It's just going to look a lot more like your top layer is super big while the bottom one is really long. Here I'm just removing the clip for the back section, and now it's time to dry the back section. And the technique is a bit different because, as you can see, I'm only cupping from the middle to the root, so I'm not actually touching the ends of my hair with the diffuser at all. And the reason for that is I'm really not trying to create any more shrinkage for this back section, because this back section is going to act as our length. That's like our Rapunzel hair. So right now I'm kind of like pulling it a little bit. I'm not trying to, elongate it too much to kind of like lose curl tightness, but I also do not want to do the same thing that I'm doing here onto my top section, which is, really scrunching and really pushing those ends all the way to the root, because now my top section is going to have a lot of shrinkage, a lot of like bounce and curl, while the bottom section, even though I still am keeping the curls there, I'm kind of stretching them just like the slightest bit, as you can see, to make it look longer. And these are my results when my hair is about 60% dry. As you can see, the difference between the top and the bottom layer is not that crazy. Okay guys, so I moved into the bathroom. I'm literally like on my knees because this is where the light is the best. What I do want to say is that this is probably like the best diffusing that I've ever done. And I don't know if you can see it properly, but like the long layers are super long and the short layers are so cute and short. And I'm even thinking, because like I have this really short curl right here, but I'm even thinking of like cutting this much. I don't have a scissor, but I have this like eyebrow trimmer. I love these like pieces that fall in front of my face. And I feel like it would make such a huge difference if like this one was like this short. Bear in mind, my hair right now is like 70% dry, but the roots, I've not even shaken. Huh? When I finish drying it, it's gonna look so much bigger. It's gonna look so much bigger tomorrow, because it's always day 2 and 3 that it's gonna look best, because the water takes some time to like disperse out of the hair. I don't know how to explain, but I'm just obsessed because you can really see the roots are going up. They're not stuck to my head at all. And I don't know if I should cut these. I don't even know how to hold this camera so you guys can see what I'm doing, but I cut this one. Like this curl just kind of came out of here. I'm trying to make these pieces that are falling in front of my face shorter. Like, see how this one is longer than this? Okay, now this bit is shorter, and I think I want to go with this bit and this bit. And here it is with my fronts cut, and now I'm just kind of shaking the hair to give it as much volume as possible for day 1. I mean, tomorrow it's going to look a lot more voluminous. Now I'm just scrunching the gel cast, no oil, no nothing, just me and my hands. And if you're a curly girl, you know that you need this cast. Okay, so I need to show you how it looks. Can you see? This is the volume that I got at the root with no claw clips, no crocodile clips, or whatever you call them. It was literally just diffusing it the right way. Can you see how high it sits? This is day 1, you guys, and my hair is 70, maybe now 80% dry. Imagine how big and fluffy it's gonna get tomorrow. And look at the difference between the longest layer and the shortest layer. It matters so much how you dry it. If you want the illusion of long hair, but the volume and the curls and, the bounciness of curly hair, then this is what you need to do. I'm just so happy that like it turned out so well. And you see how much definition it is? Like, I literally didn't have to compromise on definition, because so many times when you want that kind of curly look, that voluminous curls, then you really have to compromise on definition. But I feel like I didn't have to do that at all. Let me show you how it looks from the side. Like, look how cute it looks from the side. It's so big, and again, it's not even fully dry. And this was the next day. This was when I got like the most volume. The roots were literally standing up while my hair was super long. If you guys have any questions, then please drop me a comment, and please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I love you guys.